What is up, everybody? 734 here. Today we're going to be playing some more MX versus ATV Legends. This time we're going to be doing some Supercross, specifically the World Tour tracks. More specifically, the very first Supercross World Tour track in the series. I forgot the name of it. I think it's like Korenbi or something, Japan, even though it was literally just on my screen. That's the ADD, but anyway, to talk about the track, these tracks came out sometime, I believe, in like November, around then, or maybe even before that. I could be completely wrong. I don't remember, the cycle of the 2022 track DLC quite well. These tracks came out somewhere in like the fall 2022 season, and decent tracks. I mean, they're all tracks are definitely, in my opinion, better than most of the Supercross tracks. There's maybe only a couple of the stock Supercross tracks I actually care about in comparison to these. Specifically this one. This is my favorite. I don't know if I've clarified that. It just seems the spacing and the flow, and there's more rhythm, line choice, and actual challenge to these tracks. I feel like it's a lot harder to just one line, just one tap in the entire section with the clutch, and you're over the entire rhythm. So that's been a thing that was in Legends, not just Legends, All Out and Encore as well. Encore, they had huge scaling and sizing, and I am not doing very well here. Encore had crazy big scaling and sizing when it came to like the actual size of the tracks and whatnot, so it was a lot harder to just one tap an entire section unless you were actually really good. But it's a lot more prominent in Legends and All Out, specifically Legends. It's way more noticeable, and it's kind of frustrating when you're out playing in Supercross online, and it's even more frustrating when you can't find any online playlists, or at least lobbies for this. I don't know if or for this specific series, I don't know if it's just like an issue I'm running into, like maybe it's just my area, or I'm just out of luck with the time I try to play on this playlist, but I rarely ever get any type of like lobbies for this track, or for these for this playlist. So yeah, that's kind of weird and kind of annoying, but it's just whatever. But yeah, to actually talk about what I like about the track in specific, I just think that it has like this dope city atmosphere, but it feels like such a traditional Supercross track at the same time. It kind of just feels like what Supercross would be like in Japan, and I think that's like super fucking dope, honestly. Like, I just think the whole atmosphere and aesthetic of this track is kind of just perfect in terms of what I expected for like the World Tour tracks. And most tracks are like that. I just think what makes this track my favorite is just simply that the flow of this track is what I prefer. I just like the lines, and I just love the, just the rhythm choice and the layout of this track. I just think it flows perfectly in terms of what I want for Supercross. But yeah, I hope we do get more like DLC Supercross stuff in the future. I think it's really cool that motocross is one of the main selling points of this game overall, but personally, I'm just way more of a Supercross fan, and I enjoy playing those a lot more. And I love the Pro Motocross tracks and the Pro Motocross series that we've had on both All Out and Legends. I think they're by far the best parts of these games. But I do think that they could put like a pretty big focus into a Supercross series, whether it's just bringing back older Supercross tracks, which I know they are, working on to some extent with the 2020, or not 2020, the throwback packs for the new track pack, like the throwback, but I don't even know what it's called. It's like such a weird name, I'm like stuttering over my words, but you guys know what I'm saying. The throwback track pack, I'm pretty sure is the official name of it. I hope we get mainly Supercross tracks for those. I think it's like, what, 6 tracks or something like that. So I hope, we at least get the majority Supercross tracks, or who knows, maybe you'll get, 3 of 3, or a few Supercross, a few National, a few Free Ride, or something like that. I'm not for sure, but yeah, I hope we get, you know, mainly Supercross tracks. But yeah, you know, in terms of what we have gotten for Supercross, you know, in terms of the stock tracks, which they're decent, but they're all just kind of bland. You know, they don't actually separate themselves. Um, you know, and I'll be honest, these tracks can kind of be hard to separate and differentiate without seeing the names from each other in terms of like the tracks within the series. It's hard to differentiate from other tracks in the same series, um, which is kind of funny since it's like that with the stock tracks too. But you know, when you're going for one specific aesthetic, that's kind of bound to happen. So, but it's not too bad. You know, each track does kind of have, you know, a different vibe. You know, there's one track that has a big outside aesthetic with like a whole like outside stands part, and like it's pretty much like two different tracks in like one track. And then you have this track which has like the city atmosphere, but it's still very much like its own like Supercross and like outdoorsy type of vibe. And then you have like this outdoor section as well, so definitely keeps you immersed in like the whole World Tour culture. But and then yeah, we have the Joker lane as well, which, you know, the Joker lane is unique, you know, kind of to you know, not to this track itself, but I don't think outside of this series, I don't think there's anything else with the Joker lane in this game. So yeah, it's kind of really it to touch on these tracks. You know, great tracks. There really just isn't too much of a point to them. You know, it came out at the same time as the World Tour in real life, or it was just the World Supercross series in real life, so it kind of just made everything weird. But yeah, that's kind of gonna do it for this video, guys. Really wasn't too much. I was gonna jump on the AI or jump on the exhibition and do like an AI test for this, but you know, the AI kind of suck on older tracks, so I didn't really want to give it a shot. I just kind of figured I'd just jump on here, give my opinions on it, and talk about Supercross in general. Yeah, I'll probably make more videos on each and every track, you know, just because, you know, content, and I want to play more of these tracks and just get more content out there for you guys. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Go ahead and give it a like, subscribe. I'm going to be doing more MX versus ATV news, gameplay, content, online, live streaming, stuff like that. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.